Shout out to G-Man Boxing. Where's the piss bottle? It's over there.
Alright, people, so I've seen various people report today, alright, that Anthony Joshua, his reported comeback, which is set for April the 1st, who's going to be in his corner. So today I'm seeing reports that there's an announcement pending. We did hear Eddie Hearn hint at it on the Zone Boxing show that AJ had decided on a new trainer. Well, apparently it is going to be Derrick James, the trainer of Errol Spence Jr. and Jamel Charlo. I think he only trains Jamel. I think Jamal is still with Ronnie Shields. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But Derrick James, 2017 Trainer of the Year, all the great work he's done with Charlo and with Errol Spence, albeit at lighter weights, welterweight and light middleweight respectively. Looks like Joshua. We did see before Christmas Joshua uploading pictures of him training with Derrick James. So it looks likely for his next fight in April, it's going to be Derrick James. Now, I think this is a good move, personally. I do. However, I don't like hearing, this was not said today, but it was said back a few months ago, that the way Joshua is now, he calls himself, what is it? He said a free spirit. So he was tied down to Rob McCracken for so long that he wants to try other trainers. Not necessarily in a sense of, well, this is what he is doing, but not necessarily in a sense of go to this gym, go to that gym, go to this gym, and then I'm going to work with you. Essentially kind of a, well, I'll work with Derrick James for this fight, but then again, Dylan White in the summer, I might work with, name me a name, Freddie Roach, just chuck that name in there. I don't like that. I don't like that. Fine if you if you're looking for a new trainer, you're going from this gym to that gym to this gym to that gym, just to see who fits you best and who works well for you. That I'm okay with. I don't mind that because, at the end of the day, you could take a little bit from them, yeah, and then, you know yourself who you gel with and who you think is going to bring the best out of you. So that's fine. But to go from trainer to trainer to trainer to trainer, I don't see that working. I really don't. I think that if Anthony Joshua sticks with one trainer, gets himself out of his comfort zone, apparently he's going to have this camp in America, which I think is a good thing as well. Because getting out of the comfort zone of Sheffield, for me, that just is a must rather than a need. It's a must. So I like Derrick James as a trainer. I think he's very good. Again, I don't recall. I think he has maybe worked with heavyweights, but not many, I don't think. I think someone did say he worked with him. I can't remember who it was though. So not the most experienced in terms of heavyweights, but a very good all-round trainer nonetheless. I mean, you look at Errol Spence. Errol Spence, hellacious body puncher. On the offense, Errol Spence is tremendous, but he can also box. I think that's something about Spence's game that people tend to shy over. Errol Spence can box quite well. He certainly can, and I think Derrick James with Anthony Joshua, I could see this fit working well. I wonder what the environment in the gym is going to be like, because I think Errol Spence I don't think he's ever had beef with Joshua necessarily, but I do think he tweeted a few years ago things that are a bit less than complimentary about Anthony Joshua, or something like that. So I'd imagine that's probably water under the bridge now. It happened a few years ago, so it's definitely going to be interesting. Joshua in America training with Derrick James. Personally, when I heard Derrick James' name being mentioned, I was thinking, that's a great trainer. He's one of the best in the business. For him and Joshua, that could work out a treat. We'd need to see. I'd love to see. Now, saying that, I'd love to see how he looks, but we often see with fighters when they change trainer. There are exceptions, of course. Tyson Fury is a good example, but normally when a fighter goes from this trainer to that trainer, it takes a while before we really see what the new trainer has been teaching them go into their game. As I said, Tyson Fury is really the exception. He was able to pick up the Kronk style just like that. We've also seen over the years, the 2 years prior, or 3 years almost now actually, since he's been with Sugar Hill Stewart, that other things have come into his game. Kronk things come into his game. So he's still learning from Sugar Hill Stewart, which is good. I think a good example of someone who took a while to gel with a trainer, who was ultimately good for them, would be Amir Khan when he went to Virgil Hunter. Early on against Carlos Molina and against that Juan Diaz guy, he didn't look particularly good. He got dropped by Diaz. But then, after about 2 years or so of working with Virgil Hunter, that's when we saw Amir Khan come good. And I think we saw the best of him, truth be told. So the different fighters, it can chop and change. And at the end of the day, that's why I don't like seeing a fighter stay with a trainer for one fight and then move on, because at the end of the day you could turn around and say, oh well, I didn't look like I improved too much, training with this trainer. Yeah, but you've only been with him long enough to have a cup of coffee with him. You need to actually try it out. Like, look at Joseph Parker in the first Chisora fight, when he was only with Andy Lee for 6 weeks. I know it was no difference in Parker at all, but you did notice a difference in him December of 2021. By then he'd had more time with Andy Lee. Obviously the Joe Joyce fight, I think Andy Lee or Joseph Parker, whoever decided to come in heavy, was just, they were on the good stuff. But for the most part, it takes time. It takes time, like anything. You're never gonna, if you look at it like this, right? If you start a brand new job, they say roughly it takes 6 months to get used to it and to find your feet in the job. And I'd agree with that, truth be told, because it's not a case of you pick it up and then, boom, it's like you've been here your whole life. It takes time. Lots of things in life take time. There's no point rushing it. So with Joshua, I hope that if we see improvements under Derrick James, he doesn't decide bin him and then back to square one with a different trainer. I don't want to see that. I want to see fighters make the most of their ability, and I think Derrick James will bring something new out of Joshua's game. I like the fact that he's basing himself in the US. It's outside of his comfort zone, and Joshua is not as big a name in the US as he is in the UK. I mean, in the UK, Joshua probably couldn't even walk down a street without being noticed. In the US, it's different. He's not as big a name over there. He has a bit more freedom. He won't be heckled if he walks down or into a local coffee shop just to have a cup of coffee, and I don't think people will be coming up left, right and centre saying selfie, so I think it'll do him the good to get out of there. I really do. So that's my thoughts on this. Again, I think we're more or less waiting on a formal announcement, but from now, for the time being, it's looking like it's going to be Derrick James. It looks like it's going to be Dempsey McKean, and it looks like it's going to be in April. So the comeback starts. How will it go? Well, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. At the end of the day, we'll only know really what Joshua's like when we see him in the ring. How he's coping after the 2 losses to Usyk and the mental breakdown in the ring, how his confidence looks, if he's in there with someone aggressive, is he panicking, how is he taking a shot, all these things. It's going to take time. We're going to see where he's at, and yeah, we'll make an assessment kind of then. At the end of the day, I think he needs a lot of work, truth be told, both physically and mentally. I think he needs a lot of work, but and again, the question you could say, does he have time on his hands? He's 32, 33 now. It does seem like only yesterday he was turning pro and fighting Klitschko, but time flies. I guess time waits for no man. You can't stop the world turning, as the saying goes. So let's see. But Derrick James, the name that's being reported. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video, people. Smash the like button, hit subscribe of course as well if you haven't already. For now, I'll talk to you. I'll catch you tomorrow for Midweek Report. Peace.